Battles of Legend, Monster Mayhem. Launch date June 13th, 2025. This pack reprints a ton of old cards and adds the obligatory alternate arts for Blue Eyes White Dragon and some other fan favorite cards. And Ojama Trio. This pack adds support for some of the featured reprinted archetypes. Today we're going to talk about some of the new supports for Dragonmaids, Albaz, and Mekk Knights/Orchist. Here are the lists for the archetypes with reprints or support. On the left here we have reprints. On the right we have the archetypes that have new support. And here we have the card list in 72p, of course. Dragonmaid Sermba, obviously part of the Dragonmaid archetype. It is a dark attribute dragon monster with 2800 attack and 1800 defense. It is a level 9 monster. Dragonmaid Sermba is the big dragon form of Chamber Dragonmaid and the first card we are going to be looking at. The effects on this card read as: while it's on the field, fusion monsters cannot be destroyed by card effect. Very good general fusion support, especially in Dragonmaids, as all of the boss monsters are fusion. You can use each of the following effects of Dragonmaid Sermba once per turn. It just gives the card a hard once per turn, so it can't be abused more than once per turn. You can discard this card to special summon one Dragonmaid monster from your graveyard or banishment, except Dragonmaid Sermba. Like every other big dragon form, it has a discard effect from the hand. It's just an archetypal monster reborn for Dragonmaids. It's not level restricted, so summoning any of the big dragon forms of the original maids, or even the fusions, is possible with this card. It is very powerful if it's used in the main phase, so you can use the effects of Chamber and the next effect of Sermba to loop it back to your hand to continue to abuse on the next turn. At the end of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand, and if you do, special summon one level 4 or lower Dragonmaid monster from your hand. Similarly to the other big dragon effects, it can return itself to the hand to special summon one of the smaller Dragonmaid monsters. Yes, Chamber isn't the only target for this effect. Kitchen is a target, Parlor is a target, Nurse is a target, even Laundry is a target for this effect. The other big dragons have 2 targets each for their level, so this makes Sermba very powerful. Ladies Dragonmaid, obviously more Dragonmaid support. The fusion materials are listed as 2 Dragonmaid monsters with the same attribute but different levels, so Parlor and Low Par, for example. It is a light attribute monster, it is a dragon, it is a fusion monster, it is level 8, it has 2000 attack with 3000 defense. Ladies Dragonmaid is the last name card of Dragonmaid support in the pack, but the entire archetype is reprinted, so as long as the pull rates aren't bad, you can make a pure deck just off this pack, probably for pretty cheap. Anyways, the effects of this card are: must first be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing one of the each above cards from your field and graveyard. This card can be contact fused, so it does not need to have a Dragonmaid changeover or poly to be summoned. Not needing to have all the materials on the field makes this a very powerful effect, as well as harder to negate the summon of. This card can be made off a single copy of This card can be made off a single copy of Kitchen Dragonmaid or Parlor Dragonmaid consistently. If this card is special summoned, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Dragonmaid monster from your deck. You can special summon any of the small maids from the deck and can extend plays with their effects. Another powerful effect that can be a game changer. Example, if you summon Chamber Dragonmaid and add Dragonmaid changeover, you can go straight into Dragonmaid Yugioh without waiting for the next effect to pop. During the standby phase, you can fusion summon one dragon fusion monster from your extra deck by shuffling its materials from your field and or banishment into the deck. Being able to summon a fusion monster during either standby phase is again a really powerful effect. All of the Dragonmaid fusions have effects that are triggered during each standby phase, not just yours. So you can fusion summon this card, then summon any level 4 or lower from the deck and pass. Then on your opponent's standby phase, you can go into Yugioh and have an interruption for their turn. You can only use each effect of Ladies Dragonmaid once per turn. Cards with this name can only use its effect once per turn. It would be OP as hell if it wasn't hard once per turn. Alba System Dogmatic Calamity. It's branded and Dogmatica support. Its materials is a Fallen of Albaz, plus 6 monsters in your graveyard with different names. It is a dark attribute dragon monster. It's another fusion monster, level 8, with 4,500 attack and 2,500 defense. Alba System Dogmatic Calamity is Albaz support that can be a pain in the butt to summon, seeing as you can't use branded fusion to summon it. It has no protection or negates, like most of the archetypes this card is a part of. The only way to summon it is with Albion the Branded or Lubion the Searing, because the first condition, I'd call it, on the card. Must first be fusion summoned. On top of this card being hard to set up and get summoned in the first place, it cannot be cheated out by other methods. Despite that, if you do end up getting it on the field, the effects are worth the hassle. It can attack all of your opponent's monsters once each. It can wipe the board of your opponent with its 4,500 attack points. Not many monsters can withstand that much attack. It cannot declare an attack unless you send one card from your extra deck to the graveyard. This effect helps set up the last effect on the card, as well as gives you an opportunity to extend your plays with graveyard effects. Once per turn, if you control this fusion summon card, and have 6 or more fusion monsters in your graveyard with different names that mention Fallen of Albaz as material, you can send all cards in each player's extra deck to the graveyard. If this effect goes off, it could end the game for most decks in the current format, but it could also backfire hard depending on the deck it's getting used against. Enlil Girsu, the Orcust Mekk Knight, is Mekk Knight, Orcust, and World Chalice support. It is a Link 4 Dark Machine monster with 2,600 attacks. Its arrows are top right, bottom left, left, and right. Enlil Girsu, the Orcust Mekk Knight. His name is like a light novel title, I swear. It isn't a card I see myself playing in my personal Mekk Knight deck, but this card does benefit from having Mekk Knight in its name. With its name having Mekk Knight, it gets supported by the various spells, traps, and link monsters that support Mekk Knights. You can target one of your banished Orcust or World Legacy cards and add it to your hand. Then you can shuffle one card from your hand into the deck, then take control of one face-up monster your opponent controls. This effect lets you recycle potential extenders or combo pieces, as well as acting like a change of heart for more link plays, which the next effect would greatly benefit from. If this card is sent to your graveyard because it was sent there from the extra monster zone this turn, you can banish it, then send one card from the field to the graveyard. After being linked away or destroyed by other ways, it can be banished from the graveyard on the turn it was sent there to send a card from the field to the grave. This could either harm your opponent's board or extend your plays because Orcust monsters all have graveyard effects. You can use each effect of Enlil Girsu, the Orcust Mekk Knight, once per turn. Once again, pretty standard for good cards, as it has a hard once per turn so it can't just get overly abused. Some of the other cards this pack supports is Dragon Rulers, Hieratic Beasts, Necros. It has some of the Nightmares in it. It has a couple Pendulum cards in it. Fabled for some reason. It even is going to be reprinting one of the cards in Fiendsmith, like Fabled something. I don't have the card. I have a copy of it, but Fiendsmith is too expensive for me, so I'm probably never going to be able to run it. Overall, I think this is a pretty good pack. It has a chance to lower some of the prices of some of the more expensive cards and make Dragonmaids at least more obtainable. I was at a card shop the other day, and a copy of Parlor Dragonmaid was like $15, and Kitchen, I think Kitchen was 15 and Parlor was 20. So if this deck can become cheaper and more people can actually play it, that would be awesome for me. At least I think that would be a good thing and healthy for the game. That will be all the cards we're going over today. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and a comment what you want me to do next. Everyone helps.